Hey there everybody! Seth here with yet another Monark boss video! The start of the Act 2 bosses, and yet another boss fight I've really been looking forward to covering. Today we'll be covering another one of my favorite bosses to use in the game, and the one I deem to possibly be the most infamous fight in the game for me. The Monarch of Gluttony, Gula, and her pack-bearer, Ryotaro Date. Ryotaro was an amazing character, and quite frankly, as bad as I felt having to fight him, his boss fights are honestly legendary between the scenes preceding them, Ryo's own feelings, and him being blessed with the second best boss music in the game. Gunpowder is an absolutely legendary song. But oh man, boss Ryotaro. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who felt true fear during this fight, but if you didn't, you'll be quickly introduced as to why you should have. Ryo in his boss form is quite possibly the second most broken boss in the entire game. And to really drive that home, we'll be doing this video a bit differently. Normally I've been setting up these fights so that the enemies are about equal level to the bosses, but this time, we're putting boss Ryo and Gula in the early 70s against up to level 97 enemies. I'll let that and the rest of the video speak for itself. Let me show you just how strong our beloved Glutton is.
Let's go, Ryotaro! No one's taking what's mine.
Ryotaro is Ryotaro, so no real need to focus on the visual department for him. I will point out though, in case some aren't aware, that when you fight Ryo, his magic gear will always be at max level, the one with the gears at his size. A subtle nod that he really isn't holding back in this fight. As well, in his boss form, he has unique voice lines for starting his turn, using Resolve, going into Awakening, or being defeated in battle. Just some details I thought I'd throw out.
I won't back down!
Time for a massacre.
As for Gula, she is another of the more interesting designs as far as Monarchs go, in my opinion. A fly lady that doubles as a Russian sniper. Sadly, the geography once again prevents us from getting a close-up, but dear god, she is thin. Borderline a stick bug instead of a fly. It's actually pretty normal aside from that, and a toothed collar on her... What do you know that she's wearing? I actually don't know. The teeth are certainly a freaky, otherworldly sight, though. I like their design, but I like the designs of some of the others we've looked at already more. Not what I was expecting from the description Ryo gives you over in the TSC room, though. The same can be said for another Monarch we haven't seen yet, but we'll save that for their video. While it does go against our usual order, I think we'll go ahead and actually look at Gula's stats and moveset first. I'm aware the amount of hyping up Ryo himself may give you the impression Gula isn't that great, but she's actually pretty good in her own right, and possesses probably one of the best of the boss-exclusive skills in the game. Considering these stats are from the last arc of Act 2, we see a very drastic increase between her and the Act 1 boss we've looked at already. That little disclaimer, all that in mind and accounted for, Gula packing a massive 4,000 HP pool certainly helps her case. Similar to her pack-bearer, she is a physical attacker with equally good physical defenses. Gluttony is more or less the physical of the authority types besides maybe Envy, so this works very nicely with her skill set, and her size stat is still decent despite that. Things start to drop off a little bit though, as her agility leaves a little bit to be desired, despite how fast she flutters her wings to fly around, and her luck stat is very low by comparison, which can negatively affect some of her non-tactical moves. At the very least, she has an average 5 in movement, which is nothing to complain about. Moveset-wise, she's locked and loaded with attack and defense route shot variants, both at level 3, absorb HP level 3, lose defiance, negate counterattacks, and lose agency plus for multi-target confusion. Snatch buff plus level 3, which can be used to rob multiple targets of their buffs potentially, mind over madness, and her unique skill, gluttonous shot, alongside the usual boss passives. The shot-based attacks are more or less going to be your go-to option 99% of the time, though she can get value out of the other attacks in certain cases. I find lose defiance to be a bit useless, but confusion can be nasty. As mentioned, however, her low luck stat can hamper the effectiveness of these skills. But the amount of options she has to weaken the enemy and strengthen herself make her a direct counter to how abusable buffs can be in this game. Now, on to the big man himself! Ryotaro, despite being 2 levels lower, has more HP than Gula and about equal stats to her. Unfortunately, despite the fact he's maxed out as a magic gear, he apparently forgot to get the move up skill on a skill tree because he's stuck with his shitty default forward movement. This, however, is his one and only downside. Ryotaro's boss form here actually has higher stats than his party member at level 99, except for agility and movement, making him a direct upgrade to an already amazing party member. Boss Ryotaro also sports a smaller, more streamlined moveset compared to his usual self. But boy did they make sure to keep the cornerstones of his moveset. Holy shit! Double route shot max level 5? Rapid fire 6x? Rapid fire maybe only be level 2, but this skill is just insane. Especially when you realize that bosses having no HP cost for arts attacks means he can spam this. He's also equipped with Route Shot HP level 4 and Headshot level 2 for his own HP drain attack and a critical skill. Plunder buff 3 and Snatch buff plus level 4 for improved buff stealing compared to Gula, Mind Over Madness, and True Resolve. This is the fight where I was first exposed to the horror that is this skill. And... oh no. Oh no. He has access to his Trigger Happy Awakening skill! It may only be level 1, but this skill is no joke to be on the receiving end of, and is easily capable of outright one-shotting you if ill-prepared. Between that, Rapid Fire, and Double Route Shot, Boss Ryotaro's offensive force may be completely unrivaled. As you'll soon see, he is capable of absolutely obliterating life bars with the greatest of ease while being able to take a staggering level of punishment with his own extremely high health pool. And even worse! That health pool being so high means using the Wake Command as him restores an absurd amount of HP, basically letting him effectively heal himself even outside of his route shot. As with every other Pact Bearer, Ryotaro can of course go into Awakening, made even more horrifying and easy by being one of the only 4 bosses in the game with access to the legendary True Resolve. Awakening increases Ryotaro's already disgusting stat line to absurd levels, and patches the issue with his movement. Being able to simply spam this for Awakening allows Ryo to negate his only weakness while exponentially increasing his already overwhelming strength. Trigger Happy off this stat line, even without a lucky attack buff from Double Route Shot, is not something you want to get hit by, and can deal absolutely monstrous damage.
Go ahead, eat your fill. Full already?
On the bright side, though, it does get rid of his Awakening like normal, so... oh my god, no. This is what puts Ryo on a whole other level from almost every other boss in the game. True Resolve letting him spam fire Awakening nukes and boosted rapid fires makes Boss Ryo borderline game-breaking. He feels almost outright invincible, and using him is among one of the greatest power trips I have experienced so far in a game. The only boss that may surpass Ryotaro in power is the literal final boss of the game, which speaks volumes of how strong our man is. He will devour anything that gets in the way of his dream, and the world will forever know the name Ryotaro Date.
No need to hold back.
Okay, got a little overexcited there, my bad. As usual, I rolled just a bit of gameplay showing off what him and Gula can do before we finish up the video talking about Gula's unique skill. Take in and enjoy the thrilling and simultaneously horrifying sight of Ryo and Gula devouring those health bars.
I got this. Chew on this.
Give me a taste.
I got this. My justice is mine alone.
Madness is through.
Montaging out of the way, we can get to Gula and her unique skill, Gluttonous Shot.
The weak are meat.
As simple as the effects are, like I said earlier, this might be one of the best boss-exclusive skills in the entire game. It's got a solid 130 power, a decent 4-meter range, and a guaranteed chance to steal every positive stat buff on the target and give it back to Gula. Very simple, but very powerful, especially when buff stacking in this game is extremely broken. Having a countermeasure like this against it can make Gula a constant threat, as she can easily take all of your boosts at any moment and begin reverse sweeping your entire team just when you thought you had her on the ropes. Coupling all that and considering the buff stealing effect is guaranteed compared to a lot of other boss skills involving random chance and their additional effects, gives it some of the highest consistency of them as well. Very good skill overall. Good for you, Gula.
The weak are meat.
All in all, Gula is a pretty good partner for Ryotaro, with the strongest counter to buffs in the entire game, alongside having route shots to steal them as well. Ryo is in a league of his own, though, and he very much lives up to being the challenge you'd expect him to be. His extremely strong and oppressive moveset lets him snowball things to hell really fast and really easily. Don't get me wrong, the other bosses we haven't seen yet are strong too, but as mentioned, most of them really can't compare to the sheer force Ryotaro can exert. I love you, pal. You were a good guy, and I'm glad you were as hype as you deserve.
Eat your fill. Full already?
Well, that'll conclude the Gluttony video. Honestly, I'm a bit sad that it's over, but also relieved that it's done because I really scraped by on getting this out. Even though not many people really watch these. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to someone maybe dropping these in a Monark Discord server or something. Shameful self-shilling aside, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Gula and the absolute powerhouse that is Boss Ryotaro. Now that we've looked at Boss Ryo, though, there's really only one suitable choice for who we can check out next. Next time, we'll indeed be examining Boss Kokoro and her Monarch. May all of my fellow Kokoro enthusiasts look forward to it. Hope to catch you in all future uploads, and I'll see you later.
Chew on this.